The Olympus Corvette entered service in 2119 and is one of Earth's oldest warships. Built shortly after the invention of the railgun weapon system, the ship was designed to serve as both a screening and long-range attack vessel, supporting larger Earth warships such as the Nova and Hyperion. This class of vessel has participated in every major conflict since the first Mars Rebellion of 2212 and has been a core member of every Earth task force. The Corvette was highly regarded for its capability to deliver heavy firepower and perform beyond its weight class, particularly at long ranges. With an average crew of 4 officers and 32 crew members, the Olympus-class replaced the older, less capable Laertes-class vessels, which were too slow and lightly armed to contend with the increasing number of alien races encountered. The Olympus-class served effectively for decades until the Dilger War, when its weaknesses began to surface. One of the primary criticisms of the class was that the bridge jutted partially out from the port side. While this design choice aimed to provide the commander with a better view of the battle, it also made the ship's weak armor an easily exploitable vulnerability. Enemies would quickly target the bridge with fighter attacks or long-range fire, resulting in many Olympus corvettes being rendered defenseless early in engagements after losing their bridge. Additionally, the Olympus could only carry around 150 rounds for its railguns, meaning that even small engagements could quickly deplete the ship's ammunition. This left it vulnerable to enemy vessels that no longer feared its primary weapon. Supply lines were often strained, leading to many corvettes entering combat with low ammunition levels, which forced them to remain behind to support the main force during retreat. The ship's inadequate sensor suite further hindered its effectiveness, making it almost impossible to detect enemy targets at long range. Consequently, it relied on the sensors of larger ships or accompanying Oracle scout vessels. A significant issue was its lack of maneuverability and short range. The Olympus had a turning radius comparable to that of a freight train underwater, resulting in the loss of many corvettes to faster, more agile enemy ships. Living conditions aboard the ship were another point of criticism. The cramped quarters lacked gravity and provided no privacy, even for officers. The captain and first officer shared a cabin, while the ship's doctor had to sleep in the sickbay. The vessel would be deployed on short patrols before returning to allow its crew much-needed shore leave. Of the hundreds of Olympuses sent to fight in the Dilger War, most were lost in combat after their bridges were taken out early in battles, leading to their destruction through suicide attacks or enemy fire. The Olympus class accounted for one of the highest losses of ships in the war, second only to the Starfury fighter. After the Dilger War, the Olympus class underwent significant upgrades to both its weaponry and reactors, which increased the ship's speed slightly and enabled it to carry more powerful weapons and additional ammunition. The development of a new pulse cannon weapon increased the class's flexibility, but it was still not enough to overcome its inherent shortcomings. During the Minbari War, many valiant Olympuses stood their ground against massive enemy fleets, buying time for civilians to evacuate. Unfortunately, they were quickly destroyed by advanced Minbari neutron lasers, with few able to fire a full salvo from their railguns before being obliterated. Those ships that survived the war underwent quick repairs and were sent back to fill the gaps left by the conflict. Fortunately, most alien races chose to leave Earth alone, mistakenly believing that Earth's forces were more powerful than they were. In reality, Earth's defenses were significantly weakened. During the early years of Reconstruction, the only threats were raiders and smugglers. At the end of the Minbari War, only one production run of the Olympus class was completed. Despite their powerful weaponry, the high maintenance costs of the railguns and the ship's inherent flaws led to most being phased out quickly. Following the launch of the Omega-class destroyers, the remaining Olympus-class vessels were relegated to training duty. The last of them were lost during the Drac assault on Earth in 2267, where the few remaining corvettes were quickly neutralized as attackers targeted their exposed bridges, rendering them nearly useless in battle. Ultimately, they were finished off by Drac ships seeking easy kills. There are currently 4 known variants of the Olympus-class Corvette. 1. Alpha Model 2220-2241. This variant is armed with 4 medium plasma cannons, 1 turret-mounted railgun, 2 short-range missile racks, and 2 Mark I interceptors. Similar to the Artemis Alpha variant frigate, it suffered from extreme heat buildup inside the ship, creating difficult living conditions for the crew. 2. Beta Model 2229-2244. Equipped with 4 turret-mounted particle cannons, 4 medium laser cannons, and 2 Mark I interceptors, this variant was designed to address ammunition shortages. However, it faced significant power shortages as the primary reactor struggled to generate enough energy to fire all weapons simultaneously. 3. Gamma Model 2235-2247. Armed with 2 bolters and 4 pulsar cannons, this variant was created to test captured Dilger weapon technology. Very few of these ships exist, and all but one were destroyed during the Minbari War. 4. Delta Model 2241 to present. The final version of the class, this variant is armed with 4 medium pulse cannons, 2 railguns, 2 standard missile racks, and 2 Mark I interceptors. It is the most produced variant and favored by the crew. A few of these ships survived the Minbari War, were quickly repaired, and were subsequently deployed to protect outer colonies from hostile forces. Despite the final production run being underway, rumors persist about a new ship being developed, codenamed Cronus.